Hello and welcome to Dressmaking Amore. Today we're going to be making this comfy crop top. This pattern can be used to make 3 different neckline designs, but today we're going to go with the classic V-neck. The link to this pattern that we're going to be using, called June, is in the description below this video, so check it out and sew along with us. For this top you will need 1 1/8 yard of knit fabric with at least 40% stretch, a ballpoint sewing machine needle, matching thread, the pattern, tape measure and pins, and scissors. You can use a 4-thread serger or a regular sewing machine. For this red top, I'm going to be using a jersey fabric, but you can also use an ITY, athletic knit, or a rib knit. There's more information about the fabric choice in the instructional ebook that comes along with your pattern. Before we get started, please show us some love by clicking that like button down below and subscribing for more dressmaking videos. Let's begin! These are our pattern pieces: the front, the back, and the band. We're going to be starting with the shoulder seam. Place the front and back pieces right sides together and sew the shoulder seam. And press. Place your lining and your main fabric right sides together, matching the shoulder seams and center marks on the front and the back. Pin the neckline together and sew using a serger or a narrow zigzag. Understitch the neckline from the lining side. Understitching will reinforce the seam and keep our seam allowances in place. Press the neckline and cool it down with a clapper. If you don't have a clapper, no worries, you can use a small pillow or your palm. Just let your piece cool completely before moving it away to prevent losing the shape. We're going to be using something called the burrito method for the armholes. Roll one side of the top lengthwise towards the opposite shoulder. Open up the opposite shoulder and pin it over the rolled up shoulder. This rolled shoulder will be in the opposite one. Pin the whole armhole over the rolled burrito. Sew using a 4-thread serger or a narrow zigzag stitch. Press the sewed seam as it is and cool it down. This way we'll get rid of any waviness that may appear in the fabric after sewing. Turn the armhole over, press, and cool it down. And repeat this process for the other armhole. It might seem a little complicated at first, but this is the easiest way to sew this armhole to make it seamless and professional. Place the front and back of the top right sides together, then take out the inner 2 layers and line them up carefully and pin the side seams. Make sure to match the armhole seams as well. Sew and press. Pin the side seam and mark the center front and center back of the top. You can try it on here, checking for a good fit at the armhole, your bust, and the length of the crop top and see if you need to take it in at the side seam for a better fit. This depends on the stretchiness of your fabric. Prep the band. Sew the side seam, fold it in half, and press. Mark the center front and center back as well as the side seams of the band. Place the crop top inside of your band, pinning the band matching the center fronts and the center backs, as well as all of the side seam marks. Then pin between these marks. Sew using a serger or a narrow zigzag stitch. Press and cool the seam. Then give your whole piece a finishing press and we are done with our beautifully made June crop top. I hope you have fun creating this easy top with all of the different design changes that you can make. Get this sewing pattern at the link in the description below this video, and happy sewing!